Hey, what's up guys? Just doing a quick little video for Instagram showing you guys how the fluorescent Molotow works. My buddy Mike just hit me up and was looking to do a big burner with this fluorescent green, and he wanted to see how it rocked on an outline. So what I did is I buffed out this board with some black and some white using the flame blue acrylic white and the flame black, or I'm sorry, the flame orange in the synthetic black. It is similar to Montana black in the way it sprays, but better pressure. Anyways, so we got these two cans buffed out right here. I got a can of Molotow Premium Fluorescent Green because this is the color he wants to outline his piece in. And as you all know, sometimes fluorescents don't really cover very good. And this is the case for all fluorescents. It's the nature of the pigment. But I have to say, as far as fluorescents go, we've been very happy with these. Molotow continuously doesn't disappoint. So we'll do a couple tests on here. First, I'll hit up on this raw wood over here so you can get a really good idea of how it rocks on the raw wood. Okay, hold on. All right, so he's looking to do an outline with a fat cap. And for me, my favorite is the New York fats on the Molotow. So we'll do a couple quick lines with this. Now keep in mind, I'm trying to shoot this behind the camera, so cut me some slack, will ya? All right, let's see here. As you can see, even on raw wood, you get excellent coverage. I don't know if you've ever tried the old hardcore fluorescents, but they just didn't do nearly as good as these do. Coverage, capability, flow is definitely on the upper tier for fluorescents. Like I said, Molotow doesn't mess around. When they make something, they mean it. All right, let's try it on the other board. All right, so we tested it on the raw wood, and as you can see, the coverage is great. But there's a lot of factors to what makes the ability of a paint to cover. And there's a few things that paint companies do to kind of disguise that. One often thing that you see is, especially with like the cheap Chinese paints, is they add a lot of thickeners into it to give it the appearance that it's covering more. But in reality it's just more of the resin. Molotow doesn't pussyfoot around. They definitely use the pigments when needed. And here comes another airplane. Jesus, we're right by the airport. It drives me nuts. Anyway, so coverage is a factor of multiple things. The pigment, the quality of the pigment, how it's ground, you know, how much is in there, and the nature of the pigment itself. And one thing you'll notice is the fluorescent colors tend to not hide as well as other colors do. And by hiding, I mean not just covering it, but not letting what's underneath it show through. So what I did is I made this board here. And as I mentioned earlier, I used the flame synthetic and the acrylic as base coats, and I've let it thoroughly dry so we can see how it looks on these surfaces. So I'm just going to be doing some lines. I got to save a little room because we want to do a side-by-side comparison to another Molotow color, and what I'm going to use is Telemagenta and Psycho Pink. So just hang tight while I do these lines really quick. So as you can see, you definitely get a better look on the white, but for fluorescent, you're getting pretty excellent coverage on the black. Again, there's hiding and there's thickness. The paint is plenty thick, but it does require a little bit of thicker lines when you're trying to hide. You feel me, guys? So, as far as fluorescents go, this is probably one of the best ones I've ever used. But again, it is a fluorescent, so there are differences to it than a regular opaque spray paint, which we're about to see right now. My buddy Mike was wanting to look at the Telemagenta, and I thought just for shits and giggles I'd throw in some Mad C Psycho Pink as well, because as far as my eye can see, it's just a lighter shade of the Telemagenta. So sometimes the Telemagenta can be a little too dark for an outline. So let's try these two together, and you can see how they look. Remember, always shake your cans. And by the way, all cans were shaken for at least a minute and a half before the video started, just so you know that I prep it like that. All right, first we're gonna do the Mad C Psycho Pink. And now we're gonna do the Telemagenta. So as you see, you're definitely going to get a little bit more coverage out of these, but these are no slouch. So given the choice, it just depends on what you're trying to do. I think you do just fine with this if you're trying to outline your piece, but if you want a little bit better thickness, maybe you might want to go with something like that. All right, let's do it up close so you can get a better view. That was the fluorescent green Molotow. Here comes the telemagenta. And here comes the Mad Sea Psycho Pink. Was that even in the frame? I don't think that was in the frame, was it? Let me try that again. Or maybe it was. I'm just trying to shoot behind this thing, man. Jesus Christ. All right, so yeah, as always, Molotow kicks ass, right? So yeah, there you go. There's a little kind of side-by-side test of these colors, fluorescent versus opaque. I hope that answered your questions, Mike. If you have any further ones, just hit us up on the comments or just give us a call at the warehouse. I'm actually here today. Hit me up, 206-365-4083. Again, that's 206-365-4083. Here comes a plane, and this is ArtPrimo signing out. Peace.